Darling, can you count how many students are there? Can you just count? I'll write it down. कोई proxy नहीं लगाएगा. Proxy records पढ़ रहे हैं, but no proxies. Okay?
अच्छा अटेंडेंस लगवाना है.
हाँ, लगवा ली. I passed circulated a paper. Samyak, you talk to me after the class about that question. Okay? लगा दिए, पेपर दे दिया. You just count so that the paper में जितने लिखे हैं उतने ही नंबर हों. ठीक है? Thanks. You can just count like this for me. चलो, do you want any help in setting up? Okay. Okay, let's quickly do that.
Good morning. We are going to present on the Cretaceous Paleogene Extinction Event, also called the KPG Extinction Event. It occurred more than 66 million years ago, and is one of the most well-known mass extinction events that has took place in the history of Earth. It is of very significant importance as it led to the wipe-off of approximately 75% of the living population on Earth, including the non-avian dinosaurs, as well as most of the heavy tetrapods, that is the four-legged creatures, with the possible exceptions of some ectothermic, that is cold-blooded animals like turtles and crocodiles, which eventually led to paved the way for the rise of mammals and eventually humans. The causes of this event is attributed to a devastating and massive asteroid impact and the resulting volcano activity, which dramatically affected the climatic and environmental conditions on Earth. One of the most important terminologies that comes into play when talking about the KPG extinction event is the Cretaceous Paleogene boundary layer, also which was once known as the Cretaceous Tertiary boundary layer or KT boundary layer. Where tertiary period is now no longer used, because now tertiary period is considered inclusive of both the Paleogene and Neogene periods. The Cretaceous period extended over 66 million to 145 million years ago and was marked by the dominance of dinosaurs and warm climates and higher sea levels. Whereas the Paleogene period extended over 66 to 23 million years ago and was marked by the rise of mammals and reviving ecosystems. The KPG boundary is a geological marker which is indicative of the extinction event and of the transition from the Cretaceous to Paleogene period. It is a thin layer of sediment which is very rich in iridium and darker in color, found worldwide, which indicates that an iridium is a metal which is not commonly found in Earth's crust but mostly in asteroids, thus indicative of extraterrestrial origin and thus of the extinction event.
Hello, I'm Abhilasha, so I'll continue. So the most important hypothesis which explains the KPG extinction event is the asteroid impact hypothesis. This hypothesizes that there was a massive asteroid of about 10 to 15 kilometers in diameter which hit the Earth's surface at the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, causing the Chicxulub crater. So there are many evidences of this crater getting formed and this asteroid impact, which, as Aditi said, one of it is the iridium layer, which is a element which is not commonly found in Earth but mostly in asteroids. There is also the evidence of shock quartz, which is a mineral evidence showing high pressure deformation, which is consistent with massive impact event. There is also tektites, which are glassy fragments formed from the molten rock ejected during the impact and is found in layers during the KPG boundary. So this is another diagram. This figure includes data from a core sample taken in the North Atlantic and the Deccan flood basalts in India. So here we can see different points. Point A indicates that over 60% of the Cretaceous species went extinct at the KPG boundary layer. Point B and C highlights that after extinction, opportunistic and new species emerged in the early Paleogene, and this indicates recovery and adaptation. Point D indicates a disruption in the global carbon cycle, shown by negative delta 13C anomaly, and this might be likely caused by reduced photosynthesis due to environmental changes. Point E shows a decrease in carbonate sediment in the ocean, which hints at the collapse of maritime ecosystems. Point F provides the evidence of platinum group elements in the deposits, which supports the asteroid impact theory as a significant cause of the extinction. Now there is this point G which illustrates the different layers of basalt from the Deccan Traps, but the exact timing of these volcanic eruptions is uncertain. So some scientists believe that apart from the asteroid impact, this might also have contributed to the Mars extinction. That is, the release of sulfur and carbon dioxide from these eruptions might also have had a hand in the contribution of the KPG extinction.
I'm Durgesh and I'll be continuing from here. I'll be discussing the mechanism of impacts. The first being the release of particulates. The impact ejected a large amount of debris, dust and aerosols in the stratosphere. Now these were mainly included silicates, sulfur, aerosols and iridium-rich dusts. The second impact being the blocking of sunlight. The dust and aerosols, they create a dense cloud which envelop the earth. These basically reduce the amount of sunlight reaching the surface. This is also called as impact winter, and this basically causes a drop in global temperature. The reduction in sunlight also halted photosynthesis, severely affecting plants and phytoplankton, the base of the food web in both terrestrial and marine ecosystems. This led to the collapse of ecosystem and food chains all over the earth. The asteroid impacts models also predict an impact large enough to generate the Chicxulub crater, which induce earthquakes of mainly magnitude more than 11. These shelf collapse around the Yucatan platform and widespread tsunamis, sweeping the coastal zones of the surrounding oceans. The various climate effects are as follows: the global cooling, the first, the impact winter. As I discussed earlier, the thick cloud of particles, they cause significant reduction in sunlight. So it causes a drop in the temperature of about 15 to 30 degrees Celsius within days to weeks following the impact. Acid rain and ocean acidification. The release of sulfur dioxide from the impact caused sulfuric acid rain, which acidified soils and water bodies. The wind and the weather patterns. The temperature gradients created by rapid cooling led to changes in atmospheric circulation and wind patterns. The disruption of these systems likely intensified storms and led to further environmental instability.
Hello, I am Garvit and I will be continuing from further climate effects. So, about the Deccan Traps, located in India, which was a large volcanic province characterized by extensive lava flows, the impact led to massive eruptions that occurred during the time of the KPG boundary. The release of volcanic gases like sulfur dioxide and particulates intensified global cooling and further stressed ecosystems. It added to the overall environmental upheaval during the extinction event. Coming to the Mars extinction, the reasons for the Mars extinction. The first one is ocean acidification disrupted massive ecosystems, particularly affecting species that relied on calcium carbonate for their shells and skeleton, like corals and planktons. The collapse of these species had a cascading effect on marine food webs. The combined effect of the impact winter, acid rain, and ocean acidification resulted in the extinction of approximately 75% of all the species on Earth, including all non-avian dinosaurs. Other groups severely affected included pterosaurs, large marine reptiles, many species of plankton, and numerous plant species. The extinction of species at the base of the food chain, such as phytoplankton and plants, led to collapse of ecosystems. Herbivores were unable to find food, leading to their decline, which in turn affected carnivores and omnivores higher up the food chain. The domino effect of extinction and population decline created a massive loss of biodiversity. After the initial cooling, there was a gradual warming period at the particulates as the particulates settled and greenhouse gases accumulated in the atmosphere. The release of carbon dioxide from wildfires, decaying organic matter, and volcanic activities further contributed to the long-term greenhouse warming effect. This period of fluctuating climate conditions created unstable habitat, further stressing surviving species.
Hello, I'm Tanmay and I'll be talking about recovery and evolution post the KPG extinction event. The KPG extinction event led to the loss of about 75% of Earth species, including all non-avian dinosaurs. This massive loss of biodiversity created new ecological opportunities for the surviving species, particularly mammals. Initially small and primarily nocturnal mammals began to diversify and occupy new ecological niches that were left vacant by the extinction of dinosaurs. This period also marked the dominance of flowering plants or angiosperms in many ecosystems, significantly shaping the terrestrial environment. The concept of adaptive radiation was key during this recovery period. Surviving species rapidly evolved to fill the various ecological roles, leading to the emergence of new species and the establishment of modern ecosystems. As the Earth's climate transitioned from the immediate post impact cooling to a warmer, more stable state due to greenhouse gas accumulation, new species emerged, better adapted to the changing conditions. This gradual recovery set the stage for the evolution of the biodiversity we see today. Our understanding of the KPG extinction event and the subsequent recovery comes from various scientific sources. The Chicxulub crater in Mexico is a crucial piece of evidence identified as the impact site of the asteroid that caused the extinction. The global KPG boundary layer,
Time is up. You could just finish this.
rich in iridium, is a mark the geological marker of the event. The fossil record is instrumental, showing a clear divide between the species of the Cretaceous and those of the Paleogene period, with many species suddenly disappearing while new ones emerged. Ice core and sediment analysis have provided indirect evidence of the drastic environmental changes that followed the impact, such as temperature drops and changes in atmospheric composition. Finally, advanced computer simulations and biodiversity models helped scientists reconstruct the sequence of events that led to the extinction and the subsequent recovery. Thank you.
Thank you. Any
We
questions
also
for
have
them?
this references that we showed from different papers.
So Abhilasha, yeah, you could have pointed out where these are all good papers, good references, all science and PNAS papers, so really good references. But it would be nice if you kind of tell where, what is coming from where.
Okay. Should I
But
do
that's
that now?
fine. Okay. So any questions for them? Quick question. सबको पता चल गया डायनासोर क्यों एक्सटेंट हुए थे? पता चल गया सबको? हाँ, आराध्य. Yeah. So now the question is, was it the cooling or the warming? What happened
No, initially there was rapid cooling, impact winter, which is why most of the warm-blooded animals are wiped out, and the cold-blooded animals like the ectothermic animals, they survived. So initially it was the cooling, and then it was all the changes.
Why
like
was there a
ocean-
cooling?
Sorry.
Why was there a cooling?
Because of the because of the particulates that were released, which blocked any sunlight.
Because of the asteroid impact.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also because of the volcanic eruption also that took place in the Deccan, the basaltic.
Right.
There was release of sulfur dioxide which created a reflective layer in the atmosphere.
Yeah. So the surface clouds. Yeah. Okay. And why did the marine life got extinct? Because non-avian.
Because of ocean acidification, and like corals in
What is ocean acidification?
there were acid rains because of sulfur dioxide going into the going in the clouds and forming H2SO4, which is sulfuric acid. So there were acid rains, and this acid rains, so H plus ions are introduced in the water, and the corals and planktons have calcium carbonate shells, so they need carbonates like CO3 minus ions. So if there are more H plus, like if the pH is decreasing, then they will not be
They
able
will
to form
dissolve out.
shells.
Okay. So any questions, Aradhya? Did you ask any question? Do you have any question? No. You know that you get bonus marks for questions, right? किसी को नहीं चाहिए? हाँ, नहीं चाहिए. साम्या किरण नहीं पता, नहीं चाहिए. Anyway, okay, thanks. Last group. So, what's her name? Aditi? I know Aditi. Durgesh. Okay. Good. Alright, चलो टाइम बिल्कुल नेक्स्ट क्लास से पहले होना है. जल्दी से लगा लो.
hello everyone. So my team is going to represent on the topic like Paleocene and Eocene thermal maximum. So yeah, I am Dipali ma'am. So what this is? So it was a significant global warming event that occurred approximately 55 million years ago, and it involved a rapid increase in Earth temperature, leading to major changes in climate, ecosystem, and the ocean chemistry. So as you can see here in the graph, the studies of carbon isotopes shows that there was a massive increase in carbon into the atmosphere. So related to carbon dioxide and methane injections in the atmosphere. So as you can see here, around 55 million years ago, in the x-axis, you can see the peak here. Next, you might be wondering what were the causes. So let's discuss the first one, volcanic activity. So volcanoes are one of the primary natural sources of CO2. So when volcano erupts, it releases gases trapped in magma, including CO2. So the release of these gases into the atmosphere increases the greenhouse effect and trapping more heat and leading to global warming. Next factor was methane hydrate release. So methane trapped in the lattice of the ice, typically the ocean sediments, they are stable under the specific pressure and temperature conditions. So as temperature increases, it leads to increase in ocean flows. So could have destabilized these methane hydrate. And as they melted, vast amount of methane were released into the ocean and eventually into the atmosphere. Third factor is orbital changes. So changes in the Earth orbit could have slightly altered the distribution and intensity of the solar radiation received by the Earth. So these changes alone wouldn't have caused the PETM, but could have acted as a trigger that warming initiated. And the last one is wildfires and peat combustion. So basically wildfire here is due to the increase in heat. The forest catches fire, and you might be wondering what peat here. So let me explain you this. So peat is the type of soil that consists of partially decayed plant material. So typically found in the wetlands. So under normal condition, the peat accumulate carbon over time, acting as a carbon sinks, and rising temperature could have released that CO2. So due to all this, the global temperature rises and the climate impact. So estimated 5 to 8 degrees Celsius a rise in global temperature was researched. So due to this, the change in precipitation pattern occur, which lead to increase in rainfall in some areas and drought in some others. Next was extreme weather events. More frequent and intensive storms occur some places. Third is expansion of subtropical climates. So it is basically the movement of climate zone towards the pole.
Good morning, I am Ram. I am here to discuss the effects of temperature increase during PETM on ocean chemistry and circulation. So we know that CO2 level were very high during PETM. So due to high levels of CO2, the dissolution of CO2 in ocean water increased, which led to increase in carbonic acid concentration in the ocean. And carbonic acid decomposes into hydrogen ions and bicarbonate ions. So the ocean acidification occurred. The effects of ocean acidification are destabilization of carbonates, because acidification in ocean destabilizes carbonates. So it may cause thinning of shells and reduction in size of shells of ocean life. Coral reef. Corals also rely on calcium carbonate to build their skeletons. So The acidification of the ocean made it harder for corals to form reef, and many coral species either declined or disappeared during the PTM. Due to warming of the climate, solubility of ocean, solubility of oxygen in ocean may have reduced. So, and most of the aquatic life depends on dissolved oxygen for their respiration. Uh, so, due to increase in temperature, dissolved oxygen in oceans decreased, which may have led to decrease in populations of aquatic life. There are other disruptions during PETM. One of them likely was disruption of thermohaline circulation. So, as the polar regions warm, the formation of cold, dense water that sinks and drive deep ocean currents was reduced. This weakening of thermohaline circulation could have affected the distribution of heat and nutrients in ocean.
Good morning, everybody. I am Anish Gupta, and I am about to discuss terrestrial ecosystem responses during PATM. So, during PATM, there are several floral and faunal changes occurs. In the floral changes, basically what happens is the tropical and subtropical regions are expanded towards the poles. The plants which are not able to grow in the colder climates now grow there due to warmer climates during the PATM. And in the faunal changes, the warming climate and changing ecosystems provided opportunities for the emergence and diversification of the modern mammals, including hoofed animals, primates, and early forms of carnivorous animals. This lead to adaptive responses in them. And soil and carbon cycling during PETM. So basically, due to the warmer temperatures of the PETM, the rate of decomposition of organic matter was very high. The microbes works very efficiently in the warmer climate, so the rate of decomposition of plant materials and organic matter was very high during this period. And due to increased rate of decomposition, the release of CO2 during this period was also very high, increases the greenhouse effect due to the release of increased CO2. And the changes in soil composition and fertility in this period affected the vegetation cover in different regions in different way. In some regions, the decreased amount of organic matter lead to decrease in the vegetation cover, whereas in some regions the increased amount of CO2 in the atmosphere give rise to the increased plant growth, especially in the fast growing plant species. That's all from me.
Now keep it short, okay? Just tell me tell all of us what is it, what is the takeaway points? Okay? Whatever you've read or prepared, just tell me what are the takeaways.
Only 2 slides.
Hmm.
So let's talk about the geological evidence and data. So let's first take the isotopic analysis. The oxygen isotope data that we found supports the temperature rise evidence, in which the oxygen 18 isotope values correspond to warming ocean temperature. And if we talk about carbon isotope excursion (CIE), there was a sharp decline in the ratio of carbon 13 and carbon 12 because of the addition of carbon 12 during that era. That happened because of volcanic eruptions, methane hydrates, and this CIE detected in sediment cores from the deep sea drilling projects which we found in deep sea ocean. And if we talk about the sedimentary evidence, so during PETM, many sedimentary sequences show a marked change in composition. Some marine cores show a distinctive clay layer or change to red or brownish colored sediments, which means they are enriched in iron oxides, which indicates the increased chemical weathering. And if we talk a little about the foraminifera, then those are single cell organisms in the deep sea, which got extinct because they were sensitive to changes in the oceanic temperatures. And the abrupt extinction of these species was recorded in the marine sediments. and foraminifera. In contrast, planktonic foraminifera experience the rapid evolutionary changes in state of extinction. And last slide will be covered.
Where is that figure coming from? The one, no, in the previous, in your slide, Kunal. That one.
Ma'am, this is from the first slide.
नहीं ये तो नीचे वाली तो first slide, ऊपर वाली.
Like it's available on Google. Like I searched the.
नहीं Google में तो सभी कुछ है, but कहाँ से?
वो reference last में है. Like it's in the
No, no.
list.
देखना पड़ेगा last में देखा
You should know.
Like we put all the
Okay.
references in the
Last slide.
So hello everyone, I am presenting the comparison between PTM and modern climate change and the lesson from the PTM we can take for the modern climate. So the first is the modern climate
And
change.
you are your name?
Ma'am, Bhuvan. So today we can experience a similar rapid increase in the CO2, atmospheric CO2. So the main for now the main reason was the not the naturally but human or biologically present things are there. And the global temperature rises similarly in the 19th since the late of the 19th century. The Earth's average temperature rise by approximately 1.2 degrees Celsius due to human activities. Although this increase might seem small, it is already causing a significant change in the weather pattern and sea levels and ecosystem. The rate of change, the current rate of change is much faster, occurring over just a few centuries. Accelerated pace leaves less time for ecosystem species and the human society to adapt. For instance, the current
Your time is up. It's 11 minutes already.
so basically in this we
Just tell me in 2 lines, how does it compare with the modern climate change?
तो हिंदी में
हाँ हिंदी इंग्लिश हिंदी.
मैम कि पहले जो भी क्लाइमेट चेंजेस थे वो नेचुरली हो रहे थे, जो भी इरप्शन जो भी था उसकी वजह से हो रहे थे, एंड नाउ ह्यूमंस आर मेनली
So what are the similarities and what do we learn from PTM?
पीटीएम से मैम ये कर सकते हैं कि अगर बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम तक इस चीज़ के ऊपर आपने ध्यान नहीं दिया तो बहुत ज़्यादा
किस चीज़ के ऊपर?
CO2 इनके ऊपर CO2
What were the
emissions.
CO2 concentrations like during PTM? Anybody? What were the temperatures like in PTM?
Like 5 to 8 degrees Celsius was increased during that time.
Above what?
Above what?
Increase from what?
Increased due to the
नहीं
volcanic.
from what? मतलब किसी की तो relative होगा ना?
Global average.
Before PTM and after.
Before PTM or pre-industrial, yeah, modern day. Pre-industrial.
Are you talking about like?
I am not talking about anything. You have to talk about when. What is the 7 to 8 degree that you are talking about? You
Like
tell
it
me.
was PETM era. Like it is.
तो
for
what
that.
is it against? मतलब 7 से 8 डिग्री ज़्यादा हुआ है तो किसके अगेंस्ट ज़्यादा हुआ है? अभी के
Reference.
प्री हाँ रेफरेंस जो है बेसलाइन डेटा
Relative to normal temperature that was.
नहीं नॉर्मल तो अभी बहुत ज़्यादा है. अभी बहुत ज़्यादा है राइट. प्री इंडस्ट्रियल में कुछ और था, उससे पहले कुछ और था. पीटीएम से पहले दिस इज व्हाट वाज द टाइम ऑफ पीटीएम? टाइम पीरियड क्या है?
55 million.
50. उससे पहले क्या था? उससे रिलेटिव में कब ज़्यादा?
उसके
कितना?
पहले का एवरेज.
उसके पहले का एवरेज. Read into this. Read into this. Then only you can talk about modern warming.
So these are the references and
नहीं वो तो ठीक है. ये कौन सी भाषा है?
Like they are linked, ma'am. They are linked. Like I put
नहीं
the
link देखो you are all which year are you in? Fourth year ना. So whatever I've told you this and you are not probably present in the class. Bhuvan Dipali. ये कुणाल तो था. You have to talk about the references कि भाई किसने कोट किया. ऐसा नहीं ये दूसरी भाषा में लाके रख दोगे यहाँ पे. These are not links. I mean these are taking very negatively whatever you do. चाहे तुम सिविल सर्विसेज करो, कॉर्पोरेट में जाओ, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग, रिसर्च कुछ भी करो, ये नहीं कोट कर सकते हो जो भाषा खुद नहीं पढ़ सकते हो. पढ़ के सुनाओ क्या है वो.
Actually, this is the
नहीं हटाना नहीं था. जब when it's your final presentation you should keep it. ये क्या है?
it is
पढ़ो मत अब तुम. ठीक है समझ गए.
इस पे skills are
ऐसे नहीं होता. ठीक है चलो हो गया फिनिश. Where is that paper? एवरी आर्यन कितने बच्चे हैं? आई गिव यू जॉब 38 सब 38 से एक ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए। वो पेपर तेजस बाद में आए थे स्पेशल
काउंट करना है।
वेरी गुड 38 से एक नंबर ज्यादा नहीं होता, एक भी अगर ज्यादा हो सबको एब्सेंट मारो, सब एब्सेंट।
अभी काउंट करना है, काउंट करना है, ये लेट आया।
देखिए 39. Okay, not by the end of the day, by 5 p.m. 5 p.m. I need all the slides. 5 p.m. No more slides. नहीं 5. नहीं फिर ये इनके साथ अनफेयर हो जाएगा ना, जो उन्होंने ले लिया।
क्या ही कर रहा है?
इसको क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? 4 मिल रहे हैं, 5 मिल रहे हैं।
है ना B33 इसका हो गया। अभी सबमिट तो नहीं है मैम। ये देखिए स्पेशल के साथ देने जा रहा है मार्क्स। मैम रात तक हो सकती है डेडलाइन सबमिशन?
नहीं just 5 बजे। ये जो आते तीनों में इनके साथ अनफेयर हो जाएगा।
मैम लैब छोड़नी पड़ेगी यार बनाने के लिए।
जो इतने दिन दिए थे उतने दिन से क्या कर रहे हैं? मैक्स कर रहे तेजस के तो गए, वैसे भी लेट आया। 39 कैसे हो गए? अपने आप को नहीं गिरा?
नहीं,
हाँ
लास्ट में
तेजस लास्ट है। ठीक यू वर ऑल अदिति एंड अभिलाषा को बहुत अच्छा लगा। ओके
दोनों से कोई अमर पढ़ भी देता यार। नहीं अमर ड्रामा क्या कर नहीं अमर से हमारा जो सबसे बढ़िया था फ्रेंच मजा आ रहा है देख रहा है भाई।